Hello, folks. Welcome to take 2 of me trying to do an intro for Terra Invicta. Fun. Terra Invicta. It's... I was watching one person's video. Remy? Is that his name? He was describing it as... Think of it like the modern XCOM games, but without the grid combat. It's just like the world stuff. He also drew comparisons with the original XCOMs because there was more world control stuff going on there. You had to have bases around the place and radar dishes to actually detect aliens. Otherwise, you couldn't. This is a bit different, but it's that kind of shtick if you get me. This is actually a full-fledged game made by the devs of a very popular XCOM mod, Long War and World War II. Something I've been meaning to try for myself, but I haven't gotten to finish any of those games yet, so I can't feel justified in modding. I've been meaning to go redo XCOM, but I want to finish Mordheim first, and I've been dragging my ass on that because it's on Iron Man. If I lose anyone, I've lost them. And I've done well with it, so I don't want to lose them. So I end up stuck in a ball of stress. Maybe someday. So, yeah, tutorial is a good idea. So, modern scenario, this all is here. Full source system, because why not? 8 factions. 2022 start. 350 space objects. High performance impact. Resist, alien, submit, exploit, escape, cooperate, destroy, and appease. These are the different factions. Resistance. Only resistance is available in the demo. Protect humanity by resisting the alien invasion. So yeah, these are the different shticks of the different factions. We are the resistance. We desire to resist. The aliens are gonna alien. There's one faction, Disturbance I think they're called, that want to submit. There's the Initiative that want to exploit the whole thing. Exis that just want to fuck off. There's the Academy that want to cooperate. Humanity First that believe aliens are demons and want to kill them. And then there's the Protectorate that want to appease the aliens while maintaining human independence. The other one went Glorious Leader. I have a Paladin fetish, so... Oh, actually... Since it's a fleet name, should it be Crusade? Or should it be High Crusader? High Paladin, Crusade. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, we'll do it in normal. Freya, class frigate. Length, 102.3 meters. Width, 24.5 meters. Mass, 5,800 metric tons. Max acceleration, 2G. Cruise acceleration, 10 mil Gs. Complement, 74. Armor, 340. Boron carbide. Weapons, 3.5 kps, 20 kilogram spinal mount railgun, 6 by 6 centimeter infrared lasers Mark 1, Delta V, 120 kps, propulsion drive, 7.2 gigawatt pulsed Nerva 2. Armoring the long sides of a spaceship incurs a significant mass cost, and reducing ships' ability to accelerate and maneuver. Armor the nose and prevent enemy ships from flanking you. Investigating alien sites not only fills objectives, it grants bonuses to xenology research. Okay, never mind. Laser damage fades a long distance, but our optics counted. We remember the day the stars answered, the day we learned we're not alone. As the familiar sun rose in an unfamiliar universe, some of us saw wondrous possibility, and others saw existential danger. The astronomers had insisted that the bright streak in the sky was no natural phenomenon. Most of us didn't really believe them, though it burned through our atmosphere and crashed in a remote region, leaving only wreckage and uncertainty. In our ignorance, we fractured, taking refuge in our most primal emotions. Each of us saw what we wanted to see. Everyone loves heroes. Depends on them. To save us from evil, lead us through darkness. The problem is, real heroes are always ignored. No one understands what stands is that being shot at is easy. Our part is convincing someone they're drowning. Before it's too damn late. Also, the person on the train. Are they an alien? Like, are they an alien? Like, Jesus fuck. Also, Ireland! Woo! Welcome to Terra Invicta. In this demo, you'll be able to play the early part of a campaign as the Resistance, of action dedicated to uncovering the truth about the alien rival, protecting humanity from aggression. This version has some features removed from full release. Objective progression will stop at a certain point. Saving games is to say, I can't save! I thought I could. I was going to play a bit and probably play more tomorrow. Some human ship models and large HAB models cannot be built. Campaign will stop after 7 years of play. Welcome to tutorial for Terra Invicta, beginning of standard playthrough of the game at the difficulty selected. The tutorial has two primary components. I'm just leaning over into my fan. Apologies, it's boiling. A set of objectives to guide you through key aspects of the game. Some of these objectives may take years to accomplish. Specific steps to take to accomplish these objectives appear at the top of the screen. These will appear alongside your regular campaign objectives that move the story along. Description of various elements in the game interface when you first open them. These will help you understand various tools to complete your goals. Many are described in detail in the codex, which UFO crashes on Earth. An alien vessel crashed down in the Chongqing. I'm sorry, I don't speak Chinese. I'm Irish. I do not speak Irish. Diadik conas tortu tomega ma agus tu fein. Onwo categam dogadi on letters ma sheda hoe. This is the extent of the Irish I know. There might be a bit more here and there, but you know, Chinese doesn't really stand a chance. Chinese, Japanese, Spanish, French, German. If I can't speak what's meant to be my own mother tongue, region in China, while the wreckage is unrecoverable, we suspect an alien life form escaped in the surrounding countryside. Resist the alien invasion. Okay, model looks a bit better now. Greetings, High Paladin. I am pleased to report that Council has appointed you leader of the Resistance. I am Fiona Aldaid, your chief of staff. Most of the world is reacting with fascination at the arrival of an alien species on Earth. Represents a small group of politicians, scientists, military and intelligence personnel who fear that the aliens' crash landing in China as a disappearance may not have been an accident. We intend to build an international organization capable of investigating and, if necessary, combating any threat the aliens may pose. Recommend we send a counselor to investigate the crash site in the region as soon as possible. Our other councils may be best used in trying to gain influence in nations that may be able to contribute resources to our cause. Counselor missions are a primary way to expand your reach on Earth. Twice a month, the game will enter mission phase, during which all factions assign their counselors to missions. Missions may target nations, control points, space facilities, and other counselors. Missions will be resolved in a set sequence in the weeks between mission phases. Offensive missions will trigger before missions that are offensive in nature. Most of missions are automatically successful, but many are contested and require a successful roll. Our first knowledge of the alien arrival came when a spacecraft aerobraked in our upper atmosphere before crashing down a remote territory, apparently self-destructing. We sent a counselor to the site to learn what we can. Counselor missions are a primary way to expand your reach on Earth. Twice a month, the game will enter the mission phase, during which all factions sign their counselors to missions. Apologies, that was a lot louder than I anticipated. So, okay. High Paladin. Could I see that again? Okay, click the faction thing to get the objectives. Let's run and discover what's behind the alien rival. This is money. Influence and opt for vital goals on Earth. Boost the mission controller for developing your space programs. Research and engineering unlock new technologies module for your ships and habitats. Shortcuts, locations, and management screens for Terra Invicta. Clicking here will focus camera on Earth and activate political overlay, showing national borders, armies, and alien-related phenomenon. Bring your thing to the solar system. Faction Council. Your counselors are your chief agents on Earth and later throughout the solar system. By going on missions, they can rally nations to your cause, hunt for aliens, or interfere with the operations of other factions. You can manage and recruit counselors here. Sweet. And the nations panel puts all Station belonging to the Academy orbiting Earth. Station belonging to Project Exodus orbiting Earth. Terra Invicta Demo campaign is underway. On nation data in one place. You can also assign priorities for control points here. Influencing nations of Earth is one of the main ways of establishing geopolitical dominance with your faction. View details in yours and other faction space stations and surface bases in the Habs panel. Also, order construction modules of existing Habs. Fleets panels all discovered fleets as well as design new ships and manage ship construction. Research is vital to progressing in Terra Invicta. You will manage your faction's research priorities here, as well as any contributions to the collective global research projects. Info panel is a collection of data that you've discovered about the aliens, other factions, activity on Earth, and any space bodies in the solar system. Check back frequently to assess your faction's current knowledge and to help make better decisions. Nation color filters here. Finder panels for all your counselors. So yeah, the certain island. Also, it does also acknowledge Northern Ireland. It's weird. This triangle here is kind of weird. Let's be fair here. In the nation panel, you can review important information about individual nations on Earth and direct the portions of its economy that you control. If a nation belongs to a federation, it'll display here. Federations are nations in permanent alliance and share research and boost between them. Control points represent nodes of political and economic power in a nation. Nations with larger economies may have up to 6 control points. One of the main goals of your council is to gain control points in nations useful to your cause. Faction ownership of a control point is represented by their logo. Simple colored circles mean no faction has taken that control point. In the rightmost control point in the nation is the rightmost control point in the nation is the executive control point, which grants control over nations' foreign relations via the set policy council or mission. Some council missions may target control points directly. You may click on them on the map or here to select them as targets during the mission. Unrest, yeah. When you have a control point in a nation, you can use Priority tab to control the economic focus of the nation. Set priorities for each control point of a nation you have control over. Clicking on a series of dots cycles the weight of that attribute. The nation's investment points are distributed evenly between control points and then by the individual settings on each priority. Investment fills national buckets that trigger some effect, such as increase in per capita GDP or deployment of a new army. You have to get 60 to get an army. It's quite slow. If you have executive control of a nation, you may launch nuclear strikes against enemies with a button that appears here. These do horrific damage to regions and infrastructure. Jesus. Spoils represent the direct extraction of wealth from an economy, accomplished by avoiding the true costs of obtaining it. This covers such behavior as crime and corruption, regulatory capture, and tax avoidance, economic rents, unmitigated pollution, and exploitation of labor. Completing spoils priority gives 69.1 cash directly to the owner of each control point, increases inequality by 0.0025, decreases democracy by negative 0.001, and significantly increases global greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. If this priority has a warning symbol, the nation's elites are receiving insufficient spoils to fulfill their desires. Elites in this nation require at least 14% of investment points directed to them, a value that will decrease with investments in education and democracy or very high national cohesion. When elites are dissatisfied, coup d'etats are more likely to occur.
Standing by. Your orders?
Could I hear more dialogue from you? Type of missions they can do. Their attributes range from 0 to 25. Displays the resources that this council generates. Negative resources indicate upkeep. Traits are special characteristics and modifiers affect counters. Many provide bonuses. I'll probably a trait to find out. He's a chemist, an expert in studying materials. So he gives 5 science and plus 15% to materials science research. And he's an expert. An off-quoted speaker on topics in a certain realm of expertise. Monthly income, 2 influence and 5 science. -1 to espionage when detected by other councillors, 1 to persuasion and science, and -1 to security, and allows him to advise. When you gain enough XP, you can spend it here to increase your attributes or add or remove traits. Going on missions grants XP, with contested missions with a successful chance granting more when a success is rolled. And you can select what traits. Affluent makes a good living, so it gives us money. Connected, if we use back channels to exert a measure of influence. 3 influence. Eminent, influential among elites, but well known enough to sometimes attract unwanted attention. Reduces it's kind of like expert in a way. So it gives influence, but reduces espionage. But they would really want him to do it. Opinion leader. Respected commentator on public affairs whose words reach many in free nations. 4 influence, -2 to espionage, when being detected by their councillors. 2 to persuasion nations where liberty, something is at least 6. Government. Member of recognized government with official status. Access to orgs not available to other councils. National hero. 3 to persuasion home nation. -1 security in home nation. 3 wise. -1 to espionage when detected by other councillors. +1 security and investigation when in home nation. Very hard to kill during episodes of mass violence. +1 to security. Orgs can be organizations or orgs can be equipped on a councillor with sufficient administration ability. Orgs grant attribute bonuses, incomes, and new missions to their owner. This area shows any org set to councillor is currently equipped. Org marketplace. This area shows any orgs that are currently available to purchase for this councillor. So we right click or drag an org into the panel above to purchase. Switching from marketplace to this panel shows any orgs that are being held by the faction belonging to no councillor. But no benefits, but can be still snatched by your enemies. If councillors are killed or dismissed, their orgs go here. You can also drop and pick up in this window to transfer them between councillors. Small fee for doing this. You can also customize them. And you can dismiss them. I could actually give him Ligus Innovations, which gives 10 science per month, increases his science skill by 1, and gives him 5% social science research. This is an estimate based on the councillor's behaviour. The councillor's actual loyalty may only be discovered by investigating them, possibly multiple times. As of these traits, government faction must have control point in Canada or the councillor from there. Ooh, we lose 36 cash? We lose 10. It's 2. Gain 25. Also gain spoils. Each of your councils is shown on card here, along with their attributes, incomes, locations, and any missions they're participating in. Up to 2 enemy councillors spying for you will be shown in the bottom right 2 cards. Click on a portrait of the councillor to open a detailed panel that also lets you spend experience to improve your councillor and acquire and manage councillors' organizations. Here to go to location, you can hire more. We can do that. Ooh. Appeals to what we have in common. +1 persuasion nations where at least that is at least 6 are a target. Will strike back if attacked. Enemy critical failures on detain or assassinate missions against its councillor result in a human attacker's death if the attacker is not protected. Wow. Survivor and affluent. Unscrupulous. Never seems to express a strong opinion. Brand loyalty is set to 12. He can't inspire. Low profile. It's good at avoiding detection. His apparent loyalty is a 5. Astronaut. Don't think you'll be too useful yet, really. Government, who connected. Astronomer. And he's inscrutable. Crew. There's a small team of well followers to serve as bodyguards and conduct operations. Gives us monthly ops income, which is nice. Okay, persuasion. Persuasion is the ability to shape the opinions of others to your own. It's crucial in gaining support from Earth's nations. Each point of persuasion increases this counselor's influence generation by 1%. Investigation is the counselor's ability to discover information someone would prefer to keep hidden. This, serving as primary staff for a number of missions, also determines the counselor's chances of sighting enemy counselors. Espionage. Espionage is the ability to move in secret and conduct covert operations. And espionage makes counselor much harder to detect by enemy factions. Command represents this counselor's ability to organize and lead combat operations. Each point of command increases the counselor's ops income by 1%. Ability to manage large organizations. Each point of administration adds 1% to counselor's money income and allows you to control one additional org tier. Understanding of the universe and those inhabit it. Each point increases counselor's science research income by 1%. Excuse me. Security is the counselor's ability to survive violence. Parent loyalty. Wow, security of 12. Our target profile. Aware. Particularly skilled at detecting other counselors, so +1. Sees enemies everywhere, only right some at a time. 2 to espionage when detected by other counselors, 2 to investigation, 3 to security, -2 to persuasion. Can't inspire, nor can they perform missions in nations with high unrest. Survivor.
Standing by for orders.
So, I have a science person and a persuasion person. 5 with investigation and administration. So I need... maybe someone who's for command? You're a 7 command. As are you. What are you like? Pollyanna. Always express a sunny outlook on events, regardless of their reality. Apparently loyalty set to 25. Prosperous. Makes free income. Eminent. 6 influence. Prosperous. Survivor. Military scientist. An expert in study of warfare, strategy, logistics, and weapons development. 5 monthly income, 15% to military science research. And they're government agent. So 5 research, 6.3 influence, 3.1 money. Can't really say no to you, can I? So, anyway. Costs 5 ops.
What's the up?
Acknowledged.
I'm here.
Investigating
alien site.
Where to?
Next will be trying to drum up support for our faction with you. Why are you blue if you're mostly fucking academy? And yeah, Russia's still at war with Ukraine. Woo resistance! Woo Ireland! Cohesion reverse. Absent unusual circumstances, cohesion in this nation will change by plus 0.05 per month until it reaches a rest value of 6.4. A nation's cohesion represents the level of unity or conflict among the people of the nation. This includes cultural, ideological, ethnic, and religious similarities and differences. High values describe a unified society that brooks little deviation or dissent. Middle values represent a diverse society that has both internal conflict and a healthy creative counterculture. Middle low values represent a high degree of political polarization, and the lowest mean the nation's people are fragmented or even tribal. High values keep unrest in check and increase the nation's ability to resist occupation. Middle values provide a bonus to national research production, representing a robust if messy marketplace of ideas. Cohesion is lowered by a high inequality, anocracy, which is like a twisted democracy. It's like a pseudo-democracy. I remember looking it up when I saw Remy's video. It's like democracy, but with some other bits thrown in as well. Ukraine is an example, according to the game. Though the game does not explain it. If you give me a second, I'll look it up again. N-O-C-R-A-C-Y. Anocracy, or a semi-democracy, is a form of government that is loosely defined as part democracy, part dictatorship, or is a regime that mixes democratic and autocratic features, according to Wikipedia. So, not really a great thing. And I'd never heard of that phrase before. I need to read more about this stuff. Having lots of regions or a large population, destruction of armies, and large differences between public opinion and the ideology of control point owners, cohesion is increased by wars, autocracy, and unity priority. Democracy pulls it towards middle value. Cohesion increases by per 2 investment points. Unity thing, it changes by 0 towards the value of 5 per 2 in knowledge priority. We'll go try win over Ireland. Select mission. Targeted mission is selected here. All star missions by left. Shift left click and potential target to escape. List of potential missions will appear. Their missions will allow you to spend additional resources for a increased success chance that it will appear here. Positive effects that boost the success rate are listed here. Contested missions rely on a particular counselor attribute like persuasion or command. Penalties that reduce the success rate are listed here. The overall success chance is shown here. Important. Changing conditions of the world can cause success chance to change after you sign the mission and confirm assignments. It's most common on missions targeting other factions' counselors. The latest success chance will be visible under Counselor in the Geoscape. Get more missions to refund your spending. When you're satisfied with your plans, click here to assign the mission. Carried out in the days and weeks following the mission phase. You assign counselors during the mission phase without penalty. When you've assigned all counselors to the missions, click the Confirm Assignments button to end the mission phase. We'll be able to move time forward again and will be updated when the mission resolves. Just go balls deep, but no, we'll leave it at that.
We'll make our appeal.
Standing by.
So you've got command. Resource region grants a bonus to the nation's economy priority, but also causes a greater increase in inequality, and environmental damage. Servants. Oh, you could easily just do a coup d'etat of South Sudan. Mali is also a choice. Resource region. Okay, we'll start here.
By any means necessary.
So, firm assignments. We completed the assign a counselor's mission. You'll be able to assign counselors new missions at the beginning of each mission phase, which occurs weekly, and will slow down to twice per month as the game progresses. Research in Terra Invicta is divided into two categories: public research and faction engineering. All factions may contribute to up to 3 simultaneous public research projects, which represents a global move forward in the understanding of broad scientific principles. The faction that contributes the most particular public research project selects the next public research project for the world to pursue. Faction engineering projects are conducted privately and typically for a concrete benefit. Each faction distributes its resource income among public and private projects. While putting all research in a single area may see completed sooner, this will forgo manufacturing bonuses tied to particular areas of research. So, audience. Alien arrivals cause a flurry of new ideas from the scientific community. The research screen shows progress on collective global research efforts, as well as the progress shows progress on collective global research efforts, as well as the private projects your faction is pursuing. The top row of 3 private threats describes the ongoing investigations into broad scientific principles, the benefits of which will be shared among humanity. All factions may elect to contribute some or all of its research income to each. The faction who contributes most specific effort may choose the next one. Second row on the pie charts represents your faction's projects. Unlike global research, these are internal to your faction, but will consume your research income as well. Projects provide tangible benefits such as resources or ship or new HAL modules. Project availability is primarily determined by what global research has been completed. The more you contribute to global research, the more likely you'll have quick access to projects they trigger. You must acquire projects providing orgs and HAB modules to run multiple projects simultaneously. Priority slider, resource income spent. So we're not alone. So shall just consider what alien arrival means for human institutions. The consolidation and advancement of aerospace systems and how to live in a vacuum. I can see estimated completion 2024, we're in 2022. Still, it's only an estimate. We may now recruit our faction's management team. As we stand up resistance operations, we are selecting our internal management team to help oversee our affairs. While we are gathering personnel from a variety of disciplines, at your direction will emphasize a particular speciality. Lobbyists and influencers are increased by 3. Influence gain increases by 3. Scientists and engineers are monthly increased by 15. Officers and operators gives us a monthly ops income of 3. Financiers and investors, money income by 10. Thinking officers and operators, because I have no ops income. Don't actually have any money, but we'll go with officers.
We're winning their hearts and minds.
We got a success. 10%. Do it again.
Our people are in charge.
We've gained our first control point. It gives us access to some of the nation's resources, control over the nation's priorities, and possibly an army. Control points may be attacked by other factions via the crackdown and purge mission, so it'd be wise to use a defend interest mission in this nation's scourge behavior. Your faction council is the backbone of your political efforts on Earth, and growing your council will allow you to undertake more missions each month. Councillors have a variety of attributes, backgrounds, available missions, and trades. Building a council that can handle a variety of tasks will help you keep pace with other factions. Controlling nations is vital to establishing a foothold and increasing your research and resources, so you can venture into the solar system. Sometimes an enemy faction may control CPs in a nation you wish to control. In order to gain control of CPs already in control of another faction, you must send your councillors on crackdown and purge missions. Crackdown will weaken the CP, follow up with purge to steal CP for your faction. Defend interests is a useful defensive tool to prevent enemy factions from successfully completing crackdown, purge, and coup missions. It is highly recommended to defend your most valuable nations. Its protections will expire and must be renewed periodically. Defend interests on nations with CPs under control to protect them from enemy councillors. Hostile missions are much less likely to succeed on defended CPs. The executive control point of South Sudan, granting us significant control over the nation's direction. Councillors may now use set policy on this mission on this mission, which can be used to create alliances, new nations, start and end wars, launch nuclear weapons. Supporters of the resistance have engineered a coup d'etat in South Sudan, resetting all control points, taking some control there under the regime. Some unrest has abated, and factions that supported the insurgents by contributing to the unrest may gain control points under the new regime. Ooh, nearly failed. 2 days.
Here's what we found.
Some useful information from an investigation of the UFO crash site in China. We will receive a small bonus for our xenology research going forward. We require at least 88%. What the fuck? Military priority represents investments in internal security and military technology, or unrest by minus 0.1, increase militech by the impact on unrest is higher in nations with low democracy. Militech go often faster in nations with no unrest. Running simple. Despite heavy security, we were able to obtain some surveillance records at the crash site. It was a small quantity of debris. We should have a project ready for research shortly. Any influence in that? Was able to obtain some surveillance recordings from the alien crash site. Researchers should analyze as soon as possible when it becomes available. Alien Signatures Project. With humanity, the growing realization that we're not the sole sapient species in the universe is causing man to see their fellow humans in new light, leading to hopes that we can overcome our capacity for strife to address the alien rival as one people. Let us try to set aside our differences and go forward together. All nations gain one cohesion. Now I am able to undertake the Alien Signatures Project. We'll let this finish first. You. Servants and the academy are popular here. We really aren't.
We'll make things safe.
Ready for orders.
What can you do? Advise, national policy control nation. Probably should have you advise down here.
Offering counsel.
I need to hire in someone else and I can actually afford it now. Enemy of the state. Faces imprisonment or execution in his or her home nation. Cannot perform missions in home nation. I'm thinking someone with espionage. I don't really have anyone like that yet. Cynic, difficult fool, but express little hope for humanity's future. -3 apparent loyalty, -1 loyalty, and +1 investigation. One sec. 02, 03, 04, 05. I think I'm gonna have to head to bed soon, but what? I was thinking of handling this 2 different ways. Of just, well, you know, uploading what I have and leaving it at that. Alternatively, and, you know, like, starting a new run tomorrow. Alternatively, I'm just gonna keep the game open. Hopefully this doesn't auto-adjust. Let's find out. Shit, it does. So many games don't do it, and this thing in early access does. We make guilty of our disasters, the sun, the moon, and stars, as if we were villains of necessity, fools by heavily compulsion, knaves, thieves, and treacherous, by spherical predominance. I was hoping there was a thing. I think I can futz with the settings and make them have to use my headset. That way, I can not have it playing all night. It's already all night. So yeah, I might do that. Because this is a long-term thing, even if it is only demo. %, less. Nice. Ethical. Person of principle believes not every end is justified by the means. Persuasion +2, where inequality is 3.5 or less. -1 loyalty per atrocity by faction. -1 apparent loyalty by faction. Per atrocity per faction. Coup d'etat probably counts as one. 30% less. Ooh. Believe social relations are simply an engineering problem. +1 science tree administration. 5% to social science research. Allows them to advise. They also get -1 persuasion on nations where knowledge is 8 or less. Fuck it, we'll get you. Atomic age.
I'm here.
We have a 57% chance of taking a control point in Ireland. And if we give them 4 influence, it's an 8% chance. Do it.
Putting our people in place.
UN Security Council meets. UN Security Council has met to discuss the alien arrival. Unfortunately, the hope for a show of international unity did not materialize, with China, Russia, and the United States accusing each other of hiding knowledge about the alien crash, preventing full access to the site. We have an opportunity to shape events to our advantage, and even make our case directly to the nations of the world. However, with the eyes of the world on these meetings, our council's risk of exposure to enemies is extremely high. Just deliver the manifesto. Gain 50 influence. Triggers the following effects. Grants a public opinion boost for us around the world. Great information about a faction will be exposed to our enemies. Politically steer.
Every circumstance is an opportunity. Our test is to recognize and seize it.
1, 2, 3. The initiative. The leaders of the Shadow Cabal reveal little about themselves or their methods. In some regions, they are behind rampant rumors that the alien arrival is a fabrication by arts governments and corporations. In others, they have founded companies selling products that allegedly protect from a fictitious alien disease they seem to have made up. And actually, if you look at it here, the initiative is various exploitable beliefs. They don't actually have, like, the public opinion is submit to the aliens, appease the aliens, you know, the actual motives of the organization. But in these cases, it's just, with this group, it's just very exploitable beliefs. It is kind of funny.
We believe we can join them as brothers and sisters, if we only convince them we are worthy.
Thing is, we don't know anything about the aliens thus far, so they're really jumping the gun. You know? We've encountered the Academy. Led by the members of Earth's scientific community, this faction has concluded that any species able to cross the stars must move beyond violence as a mechanism to resolve conflict, so that humanity must work to build a bridge to ensure aliens treat us as equals. Not necessarily. They may have worked across the stars as a vehicle to obtain more violence.
Offering support.
Okay.
Public sentiment is increasingly with us.
Oh, good.
Things are cooling off.
9% there. We got a success here, so lowered by 0.25. Still grow a war, but it's an improvement. Repeat it. enemy council detected. Operatives with the resistance have detected that someone in the Reykjavik region of Iceland is acting as counsellor of one of the other secret organizations formed to address the alien rival. We may send one of our counselors to investigate and learn more.
We're taking over.
We've now won the 2 control points for Ireland. The initiative holds Iceland. There's a Pacific States. Where even is that? Okay, I need Carl Rollard to do this. Take 2 ops. Gather intelligence on a counselor, which can enable us to target the counselor missions and learn more about the factions the counselor serves. Where's the loyalty for one of our own?
Tracking target.
Where do you need me? Offering assistance.
Reporting in.
Ooh, you got a 95% chance. Yeah.
Establishing control.
Assuming direct control. Just being that, I should play Mass Effect.
Lending my expertise.
I was able to get the bundle, the remaster collection in a combo monthly, but I remember people were complaining about it not looking right.
We've got some intel on our target.
Initiative. Possibly. Agents for the Resistance have possibly identified a counselor for the initiative in the Bishkek region of Kyrgyzstan. Our counselors may target this person with a number of missions. Okay, we got a success. Shoho Hosokawa, we know the target's identity, affiliation with the initiative, and work as an executive.
Things are stabilizing.
Further stability. It's now just an insurgency. Just.
Our presence is growing.
You've now claimed Ireland. Good boost income. Targeted support our thing. Ooh, Madagascar likes resistance, so they've been taken by humanity first. %. I'm gonna stop for now. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go get some sleep. I'm completely wrecked. But yeah, we'll leave this running and I'll just go fiddle with the settings. So I'll see you again soon.